condition. The reports of atrocities and crimes upon women are daily focused in both print and electronic media. And why did they happen? Who are responsible for their most pathetic and pitiable plight, if not the male? In Indian society, women occupies a vital position and vulnerable place. Etra nariyandu pujate, tatra ramante devata. The Vedas glorified women as the mother, the creator, and mother goddesses. Similarly, in Puranas also, women were highlighted than their counterparts. For example, Lord Vishnu as Lakshmi Narayana and Lord Shiva as Gauri Shankara, as Radha Krishna and Sita Rama.
Please maintain the decorum of the house.
There are better house in every fields of social, political and economic development of the nation. Our cultural heritage and history reveals that women were secondary to none in sacrificing their lives for the cause of nation and freedom. We never forget the selfless services of millions of unsung women martyrs, starting from Rani Lakshmi Bai to recent Kiran Bedi. Since there will be more women participation in politics and society, due to 33% reservation, women were expected to improve their opportunities. Thus, after this bill is passed, social, political and economic development of the women and drastically improve. During 1998 12th Lok Sabha elections, out of 4,693 contestants in the electoral fray, women contestants were merely 252, which was comparatively 42% lesser than the picture of 11th Lok Sabha elections. The representation of women community in central and state legislatures was unjust and objectionable that only 45 women elected in 545 strong Lok Sabha on view of nearly 50% of the total population in 2004. As 631 women contestants faced recent general elections, only 61 members confirmed their due representation with 11.6% of the total strength. To improve and increase the participation of women in public representation, the proposed bill is set forth for the consideration of the House. The notable aspects and issues of the bill are as follows. Number 1, there must be 33% representation for women in central and state legislatures. Number 2, rotation of reserved constituencies from area to area in consequent elections. Number 3, if the representation is allowed and safeguarded through judicious legislation, definitely there is a scope for political, social and economic growth of the women in the country. Ma'am, I would like to request all the honorable members of the House to accept and consider this bill for forgetting all the disagreements for guaranteeing the basic rights of democracy to the women.
Motion moved that the bill provide 33% reservation for women in central and state legislatures be taken into consideration. Srimati Sirisha Rai.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I am in full praise for the provisions of the bill except the rotation of reservation for women in choosing the electoral constituencies, instead of which 50% fixed seat allotment should be done in the favor of women members by their respective political parties. Women in India have made significant headway in various professions, including the governmental bureaucracy, in the fields of business, engineering, medicine, law, art and culture, and science and technology. Women who were given opportunities to acquire the necessary skills have proven themselves by capable of holding on their own. But they have failed to gain ground in the field of politics. Moreover, the agenda of women's empowerment almost lost its moral and political legitimacy it enjoyed during the freedom movement. Hence, I insist upon to raise the representation for women in the lawmaking bodies up to 33%, which will boost the morale of women and brighten their prospects for better and desirable status of living. Madam, I express my deep gratitude for the chance given.
Sri Nagendran.
I express my thanks to Speaker Ma'am for letting opportunity to me. I strongly disagree on the aspects of the bill that it is not at all necessary and it is only able to lure women community to one side for mobilizing their political advantages like vote bank and other benefits. Our constitutional fathers too never mentioned or recommended the women reservation in the law. The elected women of the representative house may not discharge their responsibilities to their best capacity. This is due to the domestic approach and other obligations. Hence, it may hamper the aspirations of the nation and the weaken the system. Hence, I disagree with this bill.
Sit down, please. Please sit down. Srimati Smith. Sit down, please. Srimati Ramya Patil. Shri Taruntesh Simbu.
Honorable Speaker, ma'am, after seeing the mixed reactions and individual feelings of the House members, I strongly stand by the cause of the bill, without which we can't reflect the decent, dynamic and ideal status of women population in contemporary India or international arena. Any lapse on part of initiative will obviously invite the grudge of global women movements. In December 1999, the then government had taken up consideration of 33% reservation for women in central and state legislatures, but the efforts were not given any fruitful results. It is the prime duty of all political parties to invite and support the candidature of adequate number of women contestants proportionate to the counterparts. It is a sense of pride for India to have a women president for the country at its 60 years anniversary, which other countries didn't think even. I request Honorable Speaker, ma'am, to see that the bill should be taken into consideration in its original format without any alteration, and I am highly grateful to you for the opportunity. Hence, I accept and agree fully in the provisions of the bill with sincere gratitude to Speaker, ma'am.
Prime Minister Ji, would you like to say anything in this regard?
Yes, ma'am. I strongly support and favor the bill wholeheartedly, as it is the dire need and urgent step of the hour to uplift the downtrodden, exploited and deprived women population since independence. I believe only an effective constitutional law can prevent atrocities, ill treatment and humble submission directed upon women, rooting them out of their existence. Ma'am, I pray you to see that the bill should also focus in totality on the pitiable plight and the oppressing conditions of the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and the backward classes women, for whom I wish the bill should make exclusive reservation provisions uplifting their status. Ma'am, now I express my deep regards to you for bestowing the opportunity on me.
Minister for Law and Justice.
Ma'am, I'm grateful to all the members who have supported the bill. I'm grateful to the members who have given their constructive criticism on it. I'm grateful to the advice that had been given to us. I hope our Prime Minister have answered most of the points raised by the members. I once again thank for you and seek your cooperation in implementing this measure. I request the House to pass the bill.
The question is that the bill provide 33% reservation for women in central and state legislatures be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor may say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against may say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause by clause consideration. Now the question is that clause 2 to 3 stand part of the bill. Those who are in favor may say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against may say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clauses 2 to 3 stand part of the bill. Now, the question is that Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. Those who are against may say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Minister for Law and Justice.
Ma'am, I move the bill be passed.
Motion moved that the bill be passed. Those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. Those who are against may say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Bill be passed. Now the House is adjourned to meet again. Jai Hind.